Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Monday Night Raw review for August 10th, 2015. Last night's episode of Raw took place live from the Xfinity Center in Everett, Washington. And my overall thoughts on tonight's episode of Raw was, I don't know, tonight's episode just didn't sit too well with me. Overall, if I was going to grade this show tonight, I feel like it would get a D plus or a C minus. I just didn't feel that the WWE did enough with the 3 hours. They usually don't do enough with the 3 hours, particularly tonight, and building up to SummerSlam. Overall, I thought it was a lackluster show. One positive was that I was excited to see more matches announced for SummerSlam tonight, and we will get into that with the review. And with that, let's kick off the review with Monday Night Raw. And the show started with Seth Rollins with another promo like last week. He bragged how he broke Cena's nose. Then he kind of said the same thing that he said last week. And he said that he was going to have a live interview with Cena via satellite. And they had Cena appear on the Titantron. It was this picture, and they did the thing with his mouth moving. I didn't really like it. I didn't think it was that funny. It was kind of stupid. And then the segment kind of dragged on and on from there, and then eventually Cesaro came out to interrupt him, and that was nice to see. I love Cesaro, the king of swing. Yeah, Cesaro got a pretty good reaction, and it was nice to see the Cesaro section signs throughout the arena tonight. So you see that Vince, he is actually can connect with the audience. We like him. Maybe you're just out of touch. So Cesaro said that he wanted to challenge Rollins for the title tonight. Then Kevin Owens came out and said, well, wait a minute, I was the only one out of the two of you that has beaten John Cena. And then Randy Orton came out and said that he wants to fight for the title tonight. And then this led to Triple H coming out, and he said that we're going to have a triple threat match, and the winner will face Seth Rollins for the title tonight, because Seth Rollins kind of ran down the authority a little bit in his earlier diatribe. So we had Orton versus Owens versus Cesaro for tonight, and that was good to see. It was a good way, got the promo out of a rut, and I liked the way the promo ended. Didn't really like too much how it started, so that's how Raw kicked off. Moving on, we had Team Bad versus Team Bella. A fun, enjoyable match. Like I said, some good back and forth action between Team Bad and Team Bella. Brie was very over. She's married to Daniel Bryan, and this is close to his hometown of Aberdeen, Washington. It's in the same state. So that was interesting to see, especially when she went to hit the kicks like her husband does. And like I said, fun little match. But Brie was able to roll up Tamina after she missed with the super kick, and Team Bella got the win. And afterwards, Paige's team was at commentary, providing commentary, and then they got into the ring, and then Team Bad and Team Bella all started to go at it. All hell broke loose, and it was an enjoyable segment, and it eventually would lead to the announcement that at SummerSlam, we are going to see a triple threat elimination match between Team Bella, Team Bad, and Team Paige. So that should be a very good match. I'm excited to. I've been hoping that they would announce a match for the women, and it looks like that's going to be a very fantastic, very good match at SummerSlam. So moving on, after this we had, we had the New Day versus Los Matadors. Really wasn't anything special. New Day got the win, and afterwards they were being interviewed by Renee Young, and she informed them that New Day will be in a Fatal 4-Way match along with Los Matadors, the Lucha Dragons, and along with the Primetime Players for the tag team titles. That should be a fun match. Nice addition to the SummerSlam card. Afterwards, we had the triple threat for the number 1 contendership match. Cesaro versus Owens versus Orton. This was a very good match. I really enjoyed this match, except for the ending. I felt the match started off a little slow, but over time it picked up as these guys found their chemistry. I thought, really, really good spot was when Owens did the senton on Orton. That was great. Orton would, like I said, eventually get the win by hitting Cesaro. He would hit Cesaro with the RKO and pick up the win. But like I said, there was a lot of good spots in this match. Orton hit the double rope DDT. That got a nice pop from the crowd. Cesaro was hitting some pretty good uppercuts. He hit the swing on Orton. Looked like he was going to hit it on Owens. Didn't happen. Orton beat Cesaro. And I didn't like this move. Even though it was a great match, I felt it would have been a better option to go with Cesaro versus Rollins. We've seen that match on SmackDown, but it would be nice to have seen it on Raw, or even Owens versus Rollins. I know they don't want to do heel versus heel, but again, it would have been something new, a different dynamic. I just feel like we're going back to the well. And as we will see later on in the show, I was not a fan of the ending, the main event of Raw. Afterwards, we had Dean Ambrose. He was in the back, cutting a promo about friendship, and along with Roman Reigns being there. And they said basically they are more than brothers than Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt. And it was an alright promo. Nothing too special. Then we had Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper. It was an alright match, Ambrose and Harper. I've seen this match before, but I do enjoy seeing them wrestle. Like I said, some good back and forth action. And Harper is able to nail Ambrose's head into the turnbuckle for a 2 count. Eventually, Ambrose is able to hit his Tornado DDT. And eventually, Ambrose takes out Wyatt. And then, he throws him over the announce table. And then Ambrose takes out Harper with his rebound clothesline. And then Wyatt tries to get back involved. And then Reigns comes back over. Hits him with a Superman punch. But, however, Ambrose attempts to go for the suicide dive. However, before he does that, Harper hits him with the clothesline for the win. So I feel it was, a much needed win for Luke Harper, as, he hasn't really had that many wins in a while, and it made him look much stronger. And in my opinion, we had the best segment of the night. We had The Miz in the ring for Miz TV. And his guest tonight was the one, the only, the face of WWE, Daniel Bryan. Yes, 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 the crowd loved it. They popped. Bryan got a huge reaction. It was awesome. And he deserves it. We love you, Bryan, and we miss you, and we wish you a full and speedy recovery, and we can't wait till you return back in the ring. As you can see, I'm a huge Daniel Bryan fan. He is my favorite wrestler currently. So they gave him a long Daniel Bryan chant. A lot of yes chants. It was great to see. Miz tried to take credit for making Bryan's career, saying that he was the one. If it wasn't for him, Bryan would have been nowhere. Bryan said that's not the case. And he made a little plug for his book. And then Miz would ask Bryan, does he think Ryback should surrender the Intercontinental Championship to staph infection? Eventually, the Big Show comes out. He says to the crowd chants, please retire, which we all wish Big Show would do. But Big Show says, find somebody else that can retire me. Find someone that can't retire me. And tell them I'm not retiring. And it's just like, oh, screw you, Big Show, you big sack of shit. Then Ryback's music hit. He gets a pretty good pop, Ryback is very over with the WWE fans. And The Miz tries to bail. Ryback and Big Show have a little standoff. Then Bryan tosses The Miz back into the ring. And then he ends up in between Show and Ryback. And then Big Show shoved both of them into the corner. Ryback's able to take down the big guy with a clothesline. And Miz is taken out with a meat hook. And Bryan and Ryback are left to celebrate in the ring. Afterwards, we have Mark Henry versus Rusev. Again, I don't know why we're seeing this match again. Saw it last week. Do we really need to see it again? Wasn't really much of a match, so the match is important. It was a dud. Who cares? I did like what they did afterwards. Lana tried to go at it with Summer Rae. And then Summer Rae throws Lana into the ring. And then Rusev tells Summer Rae to crush Lana. So like how Lana used to tell Rusev to crush opponents, Rusev did the same to Lana. And Lana was put in the Accolade. And it actually, it was actually pretty entertaining segment. I just wish we didn't have to have that pointless match to get there. Afterwards, we have Neville versus King Barrett. It really wasn't much of a match. Neville was able to hit the red arrow on Barrett for the quick 1, 2, 3. However, afterwards, Stardust comes out. He starts to attack Neville. And then he turns to Stephen Amell, the actor that plays the character the Green Arrow on the TV show. Plays the character Green Arrow on the TV show Arrow. And him and Amell have a little bit of a stare down. Then he pushes Amell. Amell jumps the barricade. And then he starts ramming freaking Stardust in the side of the head. And security holds him back because he is a fan, quote unquote, sitting at ringside, entering into the ring. So that was a nice segment. And then we later go to the back. And Amell is talking to Triple H, and he says he wants a match at SummerSlam against Stardust and Barrett. And Triple H says, all right, then it's on you, If anything happens to you, you agreed to this. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. So Triple H makes the match of Amell and Neville versus Stardust and Barrett, and I'm actually looking forward to that match. I look forward to seeing what they do next week on Raw with the build-up to this match. Finally, we have our main event, Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins for the WWE title. Like I said, I've seen this match before. It was okay, but I think Orton and Rollins have had better matches, such as their match in November on Raw. It was a very good match, the one where Rollins took out Orton on the steel steps with blood. I also thought the WrestleMania match was better than this. Typical back and forth action between both. And then Sheamus comes out, interferes. It looks like he's going to cash in his Money in the Bank contract. Takes forever for the ref to ring the bell. He never ends up ringing it. Then Orton takes out Sheamus with an RKO, and Sheamus therefore never gets the opportunity to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase. That's the way we closed the show. I didn't like it. I thought it was boring and predictable. I saw Sheamus doing that from a mile away. Much would have rather have seen Kevin Owens or Cesaro face Rollins for the title. But overall, those are my thoughts on Raw. I'm going to give the show a D+. I hope they do much better next week with the final episode heading into SummerSlam. So with that, these are my closing thoughts and opinions on Raw. If you like this video, continue to subscribe for more. I'll be doing an NXT review coming up this Wednesday or Thursday. Be on the lookout for that. Next week, my Raw review for the August 17th episode. And then hopefully I will give you my SummerSlam and NXT TakeOver Brooklyn predictions and possibly retro reviews of SummerSlam 2013 and SummerSlam 2014. So with that, thanks for watching. Peace.